Once there was a little girl named Bella who loved spending time in her garden, planting flowers, watering, and just watching everything grow. Though she was only 5 years old, Bella was quite an expert at gardening. One day, while digging up a dried-up flower, she saw something wriggling beneath the soil. She picked it up, held it close to her nose, and realized it was an earthworm.
Yikes! Oh! I hate worms!
Just as she was about to smash it with her shovel, she heard a squeaky little scream.
No, don't hurt me. I don't have the ability to regenerate like some worms. Besides, your garden needs me.
Is this worm actually talking?
Phew, I thought I was a goner.
It was you! I didn't know worms could talk!
Well, ordinarily, worms can't talk. We can't see or hear either.
If you can't talk or hear, how am I having a conversation with you? And if you can't see, how did you know I was about to hurt you?
I needed to teach you that earthworms are extremely important for the soil. With my keen sense of smell and my ability to detect others around by my sensitivity to vibrations, I knew I was in trouble. Just then, my guardian angel gave me the gift of speech to save my life and your garden. By the way, my name is Gaylord, and I'm a segmented worm. See all the lines? There are over 100 of them, and each have organs, and in some, the organs are repeated.
Although Bella had a green thumb, she was still only 5 years old and didn't have the best of manners.
I don't want you in my garden. You are so ugly and gooey. Where do worms come from anyway?
Gaylord made himself as tall as a stick.
Actually, I was born here, my parents were born here, my grandparents were born here, and my great-grandparents were born here, and so on. So my family was here way before yours. So there, phooey on you.
Bella curled her mouth and thought of something to say back, but instead asked,
You told me before that earthworms are good for soil and plants. How?
Gaylord shot his nose high up in the air and replied,
When earthworms tunnel through soil, we bring in oxygen, drain water, and create space for plant roots. Without us, soil would be all hard and airless.
Bella looked at her garden carefully and saw the flowers dancing with the wind. She could not help smiling at how she and the earthworms had done a wonderful job with it. She felt amazingly proud. She looked back at the worm and said,
I learned where worms came from and how tunneling helps the roots and everything, but how does the soil become rich?
Gaylord smiled as wide as the cat in Alice in Wonderland.
Our casts make the soil rich.
What are casts?
Casts mean the same thing as manure. Our manure is full of nutrients, and it acts like fertilizers. It really makes the soil rich. Worms are invertebrates and are the simplest organism on Earth, but we sure know how to take care of gardens.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. Well, let's see. I can't think of any more questions.
Well, I guess you know enough about worms, so I better go now.
He turned around, stretching and contracting his segmented body quickly.
No, don't leave! I have so much more to learn about you!
But when she realized he wasn't coming back, she yelled,
Thank you! I learned a lot, and I'll never try to hurt another worm in my life!
She eagerly waited for a, You're welcome, but Gaylord didn't seem to hear her. Maybe he couldn't, not anymore.